Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Not yet. Sorry.
No, you're, well,
Okay.
you know what? Now.
Okay.
It's a special evening. We have Justin and Shane from Conspiracy Beer Me with us. If you're listening to this podcast, I can almost guarantee that you've listened to theirs. And if you haven't, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Stop this one. We'll be here. Go listen to theirs.
It's the best promo ever.
Yeah, we'll always be here.
We'll
Yeah, we're gonna
always
go
be
listen.
here. You know where to find us. Go get some new in your life. Go check out some strange.
Yeah, we're the cheers of podcasting.
Yeah.
We'll be
on.
here.
This is the Hummies VR Comedy Podcast. You know who we are, Mark, Steven, and Jeff from YouTube, TikTok, that one episode of Punked, Instagram, everywhere, all the places you find us. And this is a podcast where we talk about what we want to. So we're going to do that. First, we're going to talk about a word. And let's have, we can get our guests, Justin and Shane, to give their best guess at the brief etymology of this word. This week's word, brought to you by me, is hazard.
Okay.
Where did the word hazard come from? And anybody that says Hazard County, disqualified.
So am I off the podcast? Because that was what I had in the hopper.
You're out. You're out.
You've been eliminated. This is an elimination podcast. We eliminate.
I just wanted to get a rose.
That's not how it works.
Etymology of hazard.
Yeah.
So maybe Steven, why don't you go ahead and give your example so that way.
Yeah. You two guys give you so they know what we're looking for.
Okay.
All right. A hazard is like it started out when you had something. You hased it, and then all of a sudden you didn't. And it was like I magically didn't have it anymore, kind of like a wizard. Hazard. Something got taken away. Some mistake happened.
Sure.
That's where a hazard came
a wizard
from.
mistake, and you've lost the thing.
How can you even put that in a definition? But yeah, we do examples.
Okay.
Tremendous guess. Tremendous answer.
Do we have to say where it came from, or no? Are we skipping that?
You can if you want, but I feel like when you say wizard, we kind of we have an idea of
came
general
from medieval
regions.
times.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do think that is nothing wrong with it. Just I think that's the second word that you've worked wizard into
In a month.
Again,
so.
I'm fine with it. Just
Okay.
there's a theme.
Okay.
Mark, do you have a guess?
Hazard. Hazard.
Hazard a guess?
Yeah. My guess for hazard is that something happened and someone, I believe, got injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
So an injury happened, and then this other guy was telling people what happened before, and he was like, there was this, I mean, you had to have been there, hazard. And they're like, it was a hazard. Yeah, like you had to have been there to see this bad thing happen.
Okay.
A misspeak, a mishearing, misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Just one of those over time, it just works out to be hazard. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Justin or Shane, I guess.
Yeah, I think that the root word of hazard is haza, and I think it comes from the Gaza Strip, and I think it's like the Gaza Strip was so dangerous that people don't even say its name.
Oh,
It's like
Wow.
Voldemort too. It's like don't even say Gaza. It's so dangerous there. Just call it Haza.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
hazard, and so it became the Hazard Strip, Gaza Strip. I think that's right.
Crazy.
Okay.
I'm going to change my answer to something like logical, like Justin.
Oh, I'm
No.
sorry. Yours is locked in. It can't be
okay.
changed at this point.
Man.
Understood.
Okay.
Last but not least, Shane.
Yeah, none of those are right. What I know about this word is that hazard was actually the name of one of the early 1960s quartz watch manufacturers. And that was when they put, they use actually quartz crystals in like watches and it regulates the time. Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't really have any regulations back then. And a lot of them blew up. And people just lost their hand. Luckily, it was their non-good one because it's the you'll wear it on the opposite side, and so there wasn't a lot of fallback. But from that, they're like, "Oh, that looks like a hazard. Watch your hand." Yeah, because those kind of watches were bad. That's why you don't know that company.
Right. Oh, all right.
Wow.
So before 1960, they had no regulations, and not the word hazard didn't exist.
Yeah, they're making watches, and they're like, "Dude, you can do whatever the fuck you want with a watch. No one's regulating these watches."
Yeah, we got all this quartz from that nuclear waste dump. This is extra glowing quartz. Tremendous guesses all around. They unfortunately, I can't award any points for these.
Oh wow, that's thanks.
Okay,
but I was going to say that the guests do get our 2 guest complimentary points, so 2 points for Justin and Shane.
Damn it. Okay,
and you can take those with you. Those actually can be redeemed on your podcast as well.
Hell yeah.
We have a reciprocity with your podcast for points. So
that's right.
Podcoin.
Yeah, Podcoin.
Podcoin. It's a standard unit of coin.
Yeah.
The definition that I have is hazard is from 13th century Arabic, in which the word
Gaza.
Wow.
Al-Zahar referred to the dice used in various gambling games. There was a big element of risk inherent in these games, not just from the gambling itself, but from the danger of dishonest folk using weighted dice. Thus, the connotations of peril associated with the word, which got back to Britain because the Crusaders learned the dice games while on a campaign in the Holy Land. So
that campaign took place in the Gaza Strip. That's
where
they learned the game.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
He didn't clarify what kind of hazard it is. It was just scary gambling games.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
So
that doesn't explain why that.
Points.
Yeah,
Justin gets a point on that one.
Nice.
That's 2 more. And actually, I hate to do this. I'm going to take Shane's 2 points because I don't have any extra. So Shane gets none. Justin gets all 4 of those points.
Well, tell me this. Why did the watch company guy name his watch Hazard if it wasn't? Like, why would he do that if he knew it was a bad thing?
I don't know. That's not the answer.
Until
I
negate my story.
I don't have any information on that situation.
Damn.
Wow. Just seeing what I have here. I apologize. It can be a brutal game, but it's fun. That's why we play it.
So was the 13th century before the 60s or after?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
It's too many numbers.
Yeah, how many centuries in a cup? Like, how do you do that?
What is time?
Is it?
It's not. Wow. It's not on a watch.
This
blowing your hand off.
This rolls right into other things happening in the Middle East.
Yeah. Speaking of dice.
Rolls
right into the Middle East.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. This. You guys heard of this thing called the Line in Saudi Arabia?
I have. Oh, it's awesome.
I cross it daily. My wife draws it in the sand, and I say,
Line in the sand. That's what's happening.
Hey,
2 days ago, there's
don't
this.
Draw it in the sand, right? That's
that's right. All right.
Easily be erased.
Yeah. It's going to be this high-tech mega city. That's how like a regular city has got like buildings and it's in like a circle.
Yeah.
Well, there's this guy who wants to build what's called an earth scraper. It's like on ground. It's like a skyscraper, but lying horizontal. It's going to be instead of a city, it's going to be one building that's 75 miles long. It's going to be as tall as the Empire State Building. It's going to stretch across this desert in Saudi Arabia. It's going to cost $800 billion, and it's going to take 50 years to make.
Whoa. So I have not heard this. I heard about someone building something somewhere.
Yeah. A couple days ago, they started They started construction on it. They started.
They broke sand.
Yeah, they broke sand. They're terraforming the line. It's it's happening. It's going to house like 5 million people. This one building.
They say that's like saying a Pokemon card's worth this much. It's worth what you get for it. That's what my dad always said. So that many people living there. Will there be?
What, was your dad shortchanging you on Pokemon cards?
All the time. He's like, you don't know shit.
Give me that card. I'll show you what it's worth. That's crazy. So, okay, they're talking about a building, but they're obviously talking about like wider. It's not just like a building laying down, right?
It's right. It's like a walled. It's like it's a walled city.
Everyone's just like, excuse me, sorry, excuse me. All right.
Yeah. Think about a giant wall. Yeah.
2 walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Open between the 2 walls, like it's open.
Yeah.
And they're mirrored, so like as you approach it, it just looks like you're desert. You know
how many desert birds are gonna fly into that thing?
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. It's going to be mirrored sides. So,
and then in between the 2 walls is this like civilization that's like just massive.
Yeah.
Like New York City, laid out in a long line. That's what it really is.
That's crazy. Are they going to put like a roof over it? Like you said, it's like or it's just like an open
desert,
city.
No rain. No worries.
I don't know. But 50 years.
Maybe they'll just fill it with influencers and it'll burn up.
So that's what I was saying. At first I thought like when we said, oh boy.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
When we said like a building laying down, I thought there would be a top on it. I was like, well, if someone just like sets a fire in there, they're all fucked.
Oh
like
yeah.
If it's under, but it's on top of the ground. It's not going. Okay.
Yeah, imagine talking to 5 million other people and you're like, oh, where do you live? Oh, I think we have the same address, actually. The one building.
One desert way.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen any information about what the benefits or the why behind this?
Why? That's a great question.
They have a website.
Really?
They're real.
Here.
They have a whole website.
According to this, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman revealed plans for this gigantic structure in January 2021 with the aim of creating the kingdom's very own version of the pyramids of Egypt. I think it's just going to be like a huge, look what we did type of thing.
He knows the pyramids are triangles, right?
Right.
He's going to get done after 50 years and be like, God damn it.
This doesn't look anything like them. Weren't they also built with slave labor? I mean, that seems like
exactly.
Probably.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, do we have any volunteers who want to build this?
You can put it on your LinkedIn.
We killed all those people putting the World Cup together. We don't have anybody to build this line building. Damn it!
Right? Yeah. Apparently, there's going to be a stadium built within this thing too. So.
Oh shit! All right,
just one.
I think so. Yeah.
That's lame.
They'll probably put it at one end, so you have to pass all the vendors. It's like the checkout counter with all the snacks, and you're like, I just want to get to the show or the checkout.
IKEA inside. You know?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, they got meatballs.
That'd be cool. All that shit's tourist trappy, though, isn't it? Isn't that what they do? And I mean, it's sort of the Las Vegas of the Middle East in my mind.
Oh.
No roads, cars, or emissions. It will run on 100% renewable energy, and 90% of the land will be preserved for nature. Wow. So they're going to have like fucking houses in there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one big house, man. Just bunk beds. That's all it is.
That'd be crazy. Dude, this
Just
is fucking...
One whole side is a gigantic 50-mile-long Murphy bed that falls out, and everyone just has to sleep on that.
Everyone sleeps at the same time.
Yeah.
They don't get up
Engineering
at
blunders.
the same time.
As long as we're head to toe, it's fine.
It's safe. It's allowed. What? Like, are there millions of people like wandering the desert out there looking for a place to live, or like do they have like? I don't understand what the point of this is. I
know. That's one concern is, are they going to find enough people willing to move into it?
People don't live in the desert because it's like totally inhospitable, right?
Yeah. Unless you're a Bedouin, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Or sand people
Padawan
from Star Wars. Yeah, Padawan. Yeah, one of those.
But that's a bit wild, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
well,
is.
here's their kind of marketing. So I'm looking at the last link Justin sent. It goes, there's like a revolution in civilization, unparalleled access to nature, clean air for everyone, more time to spend with loved ones, a perfect all year round climate.
Well, that sounds nice.
It sounds, I mean, like if they build this thing, I mean, definitely want to see it. So maybe they're just like trying to build like Disneyland essentially.
Basically.
Like, yeah.
Wait, read those. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Read those again.
Unparalleled access to nature, which is kind of fucking weird because like, isn't you just go outside and that's nature?
Oh, look,
you
scorpions.
You don't
Cool.
put it in between shit.
Yeah.
You know, Mark, you got a point there. They're talking about having attractions in there like dinosaur robots, like in Jurassic Park, and then
really?
also robot martial arts.
So dystopian stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone imagined a dystopian future, and they said, "Oh, let's just build it now." You know,
It's like Disneyland for nerds, but like Disneyland is also for nerds.
Just a different demographic.
Right, yeah. Clean air for everyone. Like that's, I don't know. I mean, I guess
that's their selling point.
Yeah, if that's like if that's your top 4, it's pretty bad. I mean, things could cost $800 billion.
It did when they broke ground, which was like, I think just recently, the conspiracy like community really took on to this.
Oh my God, I bet.
They're preparing for something. Like
like a doomsday.
This is a fortress, essentially. This is a fortress where their society can persevere in the event of like some sort of, global climactic change that the rest of us will perish.
Yeah. And no one will see it. They'll just walk right into it.
Yeah.
Be like underneath a Luke speeder, how they just use mirrors to make it look like it's hovering.
That's right. A little Vaseline, you're set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point because they put the mirrors like, oh yeah, no one will know, but like everyone knows you're fucking advertising it. You're selling lots in there. I mean, I wonder, you're gonna have to, obviously this is gonna be so exclusive. What do you think is the requirement? Do you just have to have a lot of money? Do you have to?
Don't. How would you run a city that big without like some schleps? You know what I mean? Like you got to be like, it's got to be a low end,
right?
Mm-hmm.
The last 4 miles are just really shitty, and you're like, that's where the workers are. I mean,
right. Yeah.
Someone's got to cut the meat and make your. I don't know what they eat in this area. I'm just like,
mirrors.
Yeah. They
Right. Yeah. Would you have like homeless people inside somewhere? And you're like, wait a minute.
wait.
That's how they get around it. They're in the building, so they're not homeless.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's what we need to say for people on Earth.
Right? Like, wouldn't you would have to really carefully control the population, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Right?
It gets dicey.
100%.
That's a hazard.
Can't sprawl. There
it is.
That's good.
Yeah, you would literally have to say like a max capacity of some sort of like you need one of those occupy signs. Like, sorry, only 40,000 citizens are allowed in here, and you have to monitor.
It seems. I don't know. It like why not in a better area, like just cheap real estate or something? Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess if you can't put this in a place where that's already good.
There's people in there.
Yeah, that land is already like that land would be insane. Now they're like, all right, how do we just put this in the desert where no one's going anyway? Make the weather good inside.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like Vegas.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Gaza.
Like, how do we get? Yeah, it's like that's games of chance. Vegas is just like, come take a risk, roll the dice.
Mm-hmm.
Will planes land on top of this thing, or is it close to us?
Close. You don't leave. You don't go. You don't go anywhere. Why would you leave paradise?
Yeah, you could have generations of people being born, living their whole lives, and dying in this thing without ever going outside into the world.
Oh, that's a new conspiracy where you just like
What
say
world?
that this is the world, because you
Right.
go
This is the
outside and
world.
they just see fucking desert, and then I'd fucking believe it.
Yeah, you just re-educate people. Like, there's nothing else. There's nothing else.
This is the world you live in.
Yeah.
In this Fallout, this is the plot to Fallout.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
That, oh man. Okay.
Vertical, or bringing value to the world through vertical living. What the fuck does that mean? That's what we're already doing. You're building a city.
Yeah.
I
No,
stand
you
upright
gotta look
every
at
fucking day.
It should be horizontal living. 'Cause it's
No,
like,
you
it
got to
looks-
look at the artist renditions. Which, to be fair, I've never seen an artist rendition that looks anything like the final product. It's like they are the worst. Like, I think if you're not good at art, you become an artist renditioner or whatever it's called. They're so bad at their jobs. But it's like, did you guys ever see the Bruce Willis sci-fi movie Fifth Element?
Yeah.
You know how there was like this vertical city where like you lived like, so the city is 75 miles long, but it's as tall as the Empire State Building, and you live kind of vertically there. So like you got to think about if you stacked the Empire State Building, like 75 miles of Empire State Building stacked together.
thick.
So you
It's like if they took Manhattan and put all of it on one street.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. And so there's this vertical life where, like, you know, the people live near the top, and then down below is retail, and at the bottom is where you work or whatever the structure is. The pictures are insane. I mean, it looks like
I'm
a
looking at-
science fiction set.
Yeah, I'm on their landing page, and I'm just seeing a young girl flying through the air. Like, can you fly? Can you go in there?
That's right. It's an anti-gravity chamber.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Well, I'm sold then, I guess.
That's how people get around. Yeah, there's no emissions. You got to be
Zip
able to
line
fly.
right to your work. You know,
You're flying through clean air, too.
Hey,
No
there's
gravity?
a bonus. I don't know,
I
it
would
just
be
feels like-
interested if there was no gravity. If it was like everyone can fly, I would be.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this whole fucking thing, dude. It's unbelievable. But yeah, the whole thing kind of looks like a lobby at like a hotel lobby for like a
Embassy
suites.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's really, really, yeah.
or luxury apartments, which is the drawings on those are the biggest lies in advertising as well.
Oh, yeah.
You're just in an apartment. You just have somebody above you scraping their chair on the floor all hours of the day. It's just an apartment.
Yeah. That's all it is.
It's obviously like a wall where like it's like the top of a city too, and then like Justin, like you were saying, and then it's like it goes vertically but also
Right.
straight, and it says 20 minutes end to end. That doesn't even seem possible.
Well, they probably have a suction train.
They got a suck train.
Yeah, I think so.
Zip
yeah.
line, man.
Wow.
It's like a high-speed zip line.
People would die so much. If you went from one end to the other.
20.
On a zip line.
You can't go 75 miles in 20 minutes, can you?
Not a zip line. Not a zip line of today.
How many miles?
I think it's
per
like
hour
the
is that?
high-speed train. Yeah, it's
That's,
like Mel Brooks in Spaceballs when he's running down to the ship. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, if I
That's
walk, the
really
movie's going to be over. I have to run
That's like-
everywhere."
It's like 250 miles an hour. I guess maybe you can on a high-speed train.
Yeah, well, it's just a bank tube.
Yeah.
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 Wow. Okay.
Well, they've got next gen architecture. It says that's
Yeah.
I would assume. I'd hate if they were like, we're going to pull it back to the 600s.
Yeah.
You know, Adobe
made
is
harder.
really where it's at. We're going to go back to those. You ever had Adobe with Wi-Fi? It's genius.
Would Wi-Fi work well through Adobe?
Probably not.
Yeah. That's why they didn't have it.
Yeah.
Where does their sanitation? Where does their sewage go?
Into the sand, I bet. Just straight down, right?
Straight
Oh,
down in
no.
the sand? That seems.
I think they launch it somewhere. I don't know.
Well, it looks like it's
that's
what right next to the
awesome if
Suez
they do.
Canal.
Oh, is
Oh,
it
the
right next to
sewage
this?
canal, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Here's
there it is.
I got to bring up
Right.
another promo that they have, or a bullet point they have is like the line "redefining living." it says 0 cars and carbon emissions, 5-minute walk to all amenities, meaning that I guess they're going to structure it where it's like, hey, 5 minutes, you got to be able to go to a doctor, a grocery store, all that sort of stuff. Great. That sounds awesome. And then it says 2 minutes, uninterrupted access to nature. What does that mean?
You only get 2 minutes.
Because one side of the wall is the residential and building.
Okay.
And if you cross the wall to the other side, that's like a living wall of plants and waterfalls. And it's like, that's all like, so that's how they generate the oxygen they need to sustain the life.
Got it.
It's basically a 75-mile, like, organic wall of plants and birds. And it's a petting zoo for 75 miles. Like,
damn, wow, it's a petting zoo.
It's gonna smell like my mouth.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, this seems
at
familiar.
least that's how the artist renditions looked.
Yeah, this is fucking insane. I mean, they're basically Dr. Seuss with fucking Photoshop on this thing. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
they're
it's
literally
great.
just saying this is what it's going to look like. It's like no one's ever done anything like this. It looks impossible.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh god! I found it. If you scroll all the way down, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. There's the like about fact. I think some legal stuff. There's a picture of somebody, just a big wink, just like that's what it is. Okay, that makes it easier to understand.
You tell me that after I just invested. That's too bad.
What did you say? It was uninterrupted access to nature, Mark?
Yeah, it says 2 minutes uninterrupted access to nature.
Yeah,
I guarantee that's bullshit. That's a total lie. You can't just go over there and start snapping branches and taking a whiz in the waterfall. Somebody's going to come over and yell at you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's interrupted access.
Yeah.
They got a picture of a DJ. I mean, what the fuck?
For the whole place, just one.
Yeah, you ever go to the mall and then someone's like, there's like a DJ playing in one of the stores. You're like, well, who the fuck would want to be in there? And then this is like
also,
one big mall.
Yeah, it's just a Claire's.
that's what it is. This is the mall. It's an airport. Yeah, it's a giant airport. One side is shops and one side is nature.
It's the final form of mixed use development. This is the. But I also feel like every old European city is like looking around like, oh, you mean us? Like, we've been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've been doing this shit forever, like for a long, long time.
Like, I don't need this. Just give me like 2 extra weeks of like vacation, or like give me a siesta where we shut down for 2 months.
Right,
you know?
like working from home and universal basic income would handle all of this shit. Like no, like do we still have to work if we move into this place? Oh yeah, you still got to work a horrible fucking job. Like your life still sucks ass when you live in this mall wall.
No, they're
everything's shiny.
They say it's bringing a work-life balance to the world, right? Because it cuts out your commute and all that time, and all your groceries are right. They're just a few minutes away. You just have to walk off your patio and fall a bit down.
But no gravity, so it's okay.
It's just like fall down.
All this engineering.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of even worse, because now they're like, hey, look, just live in a 5-minute square and you'll be able to work 5 minutes away, and nature and everything you want is 5 minutes away. It's like they're trying to make the world almost like an apartment. A New York basically. Apartment where it's like, this is all you need, but everything you have is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I want to work right next door to their fucking.
I want to live in a walkable city so bad. I think it'd be so neat to live in a walkable place and have these things, and like it exists out in the world.
Yeah,
it's like they're trying to make it happen where it's already happened in place. I don't know. It seems.
I think if you want to get conspiratorial about it, I think the issue is that the hospitable land in this world is in theory going to dramatically be reduced in the foreseeable future. 50 years is about right. There's models that show that like 50 years from now, the places that you can actually live is going to be dramatically less. And this is a model for how we can not need to annihilate like Thanos the Earth to survive. Like you can essentially take New York City, and they even have a video on their website to show you what New York City would look like if it were built in this method. Like Manhattan stretched. It's like you can take a massive city and you can build it up, like long and up, and you can build it anywhere. The desert's the hardest place to build it. So we could build this in Iowa, right? We could build it the handful of places in the world that are still able to do this. We can do it. That's the whole goal.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that we're not going to change how we're clearly not going to change how we're doing things. Everything's going to be hot as fuck. We may as well prove that we can make all the hottest fuck places livable.
Yeah,
I guess.
Or just be able to create livable cities on a planet that is no longer hospitable to humanity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think they're trying.
It's an optimistic story, but it's no different than how they like shot a thing at an asteroid to like move that. It's like, we're not in danger now, but we might be. So let's build something that could prove a proof of concept, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in. Like I said, I feel good about investing.
Would you guys say there'll be drugs or alcohol in the line? Because it's probably a pretty controlled environment, right?
Oh yeah, out there, yeah.
I bet you
Smuggle
get
stuff.
you get killed if you have drugs, right?
Well, isn't that whole country supposed to be, or like that whole area, like they're supposed, like UAE and everything? There's not supposed to be any alcohol or drugs.
It's not supposed to be, man.
But I read stories about there definitely is.
Oh yeah. Rich people have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
the
yeah,
rich
is
people
this-
get a hold of it.
Is this whole thing just a place, like a guaranteed workforce to support the 1%?
This is the staff housing.
This is just staff housing. This is a good way so that their lifestyle can continue.
Yeah.
They're guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. That's
what they're doing. The people living there are somehow generating the energy that the really wealthy people need. Right. It has zero emissions, but what it's doing is it's generating the electricity, the power source that powers the real world.
Because the real people are going to be out, using the oil, doing whatever they want to be doing.
These people.
I've been trying my hand at creating my own conspiracies because it seems like you can really, if you can convince people to believe wacky shit, you can really control them and do a lot, whatever you want to. And I've been learning about.
That's your motive?
Yeah, I want people to do what I want them to do.
We just talked about all these people.
It's a good idea. I want to be up there. I want to be looking down on
Yeah. You don't want to be on the line. You want to be drawing it.
Right. Exactly.
Line in the sand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to think of ways to start stuff, and I put together something that might have some legs, but I thought maybe I'd shoot it by the conspiracy experts.
Expert's a strong word, but we'll see what we got.
Let's be. We were one of Popular Mechanics' top 10 conspiracy podcasts.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
Pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
and I don't know how many readers we have out there, but
I don't know how many people even know what Popular Mechanics.
It's a pretty good rag.
Oh yeah, it's a fave of mine.
In the 90s, it was. The 80s. Okay, I want to hear this because I feel like we're going to make this happen.
So you guys remember earlier this summer, the PM of Japan,
Oh, Shinzo Abe?
Shinzo Abe, was shot in the back, much like another Abe, Raham Lincoln, was shot in the back.
You really tried to draw that together.
Honest Abe.
It depends on how you pronounce it, I guess.
Okay.
Honest Abe, 6 letters.
So Shinzo may have
Abe
one day thought about a
6
theater and
It was
Now,
kabuki.
Shinzo Abe attended USC. And then
the Southern Cal, you mean, right? Not South Carolina.
Correct. Yeah, the West Coast USC.
Yeah.
and U.S. and C, and Shinzo Abe was killed because of his ties to the Universalist Church, UC. So I think there's something there. There's some I don't have the whole thing worked out. I'm looking up into numerology. It seems like some people really take a lot of there's a lot of weight to numerology there. I think there's something.
I think it's a start. Let's dig in.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what the S is, and between his UC, we need what's the S, because the other one was USC. So is S stand for Shinzo?
Possibly. I think the whole ABE, a country's leader, ABE, being shot from behind and killed.
Okay.
I mean, that's a pretty strong link on its own.
Ooh, link in.
Yes, that's right. All right, so.
And their wives are named the same too, which is crazy. Mary Todd.
Both of them, Mary Todd.
That's not true.
Okay.
I was going to go along with it. I
Guess who believes it?
Yeah, that's the nice thing. I don't think you have to be correct about everything.
Yeah, right.
Are you suggesting that there is a link between the assassination of these two world leaders separated by, a few hundred years?
I mean, seems kind of it's weird that two Abes were shot in the back.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this: do you think?
I want to know how many Abes have been shot. Period. Probably like 40,000.
Vagoda, how is he still around? I don't think he was shot in the back.
No, to the face.
Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago, shot in the back.
Whoa.
Okay, this got stronger. I think I might be going somewhere.
So do you think that it is a time traveler that's taking out world leaders, or do you think it's an internal person who's lived through, somebody that doesn't age or die in the normal way, which there have been, theories about those people, or it's like some cult that sort of has a long con sort of motive to sort of take out certain people?
I think the time traveler is probably the strongest. Somebody that. So I guess there has to be if there is a time traveling assassin. Why choose? There has to be a link between these two Abes. So I think it's kind of two of them. Because the time traveler could just come back and kill whoever he wanted to, unless the Abe link is a red herring to get us to focus on that when there's not actually anything there. If they were killed for different reasons.
Well, also, it could be that in the future where this person goes back to try to kill Abe, that they just sort of weren't sure which Abe they needed to kill.
And so situation. Just
right. And they were just like,
they looked it up in the phone book.
Yeah. You're like, okay, the only world leaders in Abe is Abe Lincoln. It's 1864. I'll just kill this guy. And then you go back. They're like, nope, wrong Abe. The wrong Abe, dude. We're sending you right back on the dot. 2022.
Yeah. Isn't
That's
this
a great story.
Terminator?
That's a great story. Terminator 1.
Terminator.
Some guy, shit, before I stepped into the machine, I just got the first name. I didn't get a place or time or nothing.
All the Sarah Connors started to get shot, remember?
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
Like, maybe you.
My name's Sarah Jessica Connor.
Japanese Abe. That would have been a lot more of a crystal clear distinction between the Abes I've been murdering for.
Oh, right. But they don't want to bring race into it. They're like, just make it about the name. We don't need to make people think this is racist.
They don't want to be politically correct or like, they don't want to be not PC or anything. They're like, I can't describe them, but his name is Abe.
It's Abe. Yeah. And that's what happens in the future.
I do like now I'm interested. I'm interested now that there is a future world that has been assassinating powerful Abes. for some reason that we don't understand, you know. And
I should do a quick search on this.
Famous apes that have been. Listen,
Yeah.
So you're looking for it now.
My
This
Google
is the
searches
seed.
are so bad. Like I'm always like, how do you go back in time and murder someone without getting caught? Or like it's like,
like he's lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell when I've been really researching conspiracy because both the ads that I get, they're not for products. It's like mental health hospitals and stuff. It's like it's all like so
You started
Shinzu,
ending your Google searches with allegedly just
something.
in theory.
In theory.
I don't know, man. It seems like there's only just two Abes.
So yeah, looks
that
like
we know of in this timeline.
Yeah.
This is true.
Okay.
And I think, I mean, I see that's the that kernel of truth. I think that's these are true. These are true facts. One of these, everybody that's alive now saw with their own eyes on the news.
Yeah.
And one of them is a totally accepted thing that has happened. Everybody knows that John Wilkes Booth, Six Emperor Tyrannus, right in the back, and then fucked off to the barn in Maryland or wherever it was.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy with that, though.
Yeah, there is.
It wasn't John Wilkes Booth that was killed in the barn.
Yeah, he lived.
Man had different color hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a whole rabbit hole you can go down about that. It's crazy.
And I'm sure that you've read the conspiracy that links the John F. Kennedy assassination to the Abraham Lincoln. Like the number of coincidences and links between the two.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's they're highly linked together too.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh really?
And-
Wow. What's some examples? I haven't heard this.
It's like Lincoln was in a theater, and then Booth was found in a barn, and then like Kennedy, he shot him from a book warehouse, and then he was found in a theater, like that kind of stuff. Like
yes.
It's all these where the dates are all similar. It's all numerology and stuff. And I will say the coolest thing about the John Wilkes, Lee Harvey Oswald. Did you guys know that Lee Harvey Oswald made a phone call when he was on the run, about to be captured by federal agents for killing Kennedy? Do you know where that phone call went to?
Oh, it was North Carolina, wasn't it?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
He called someone in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
That's wild.
And then he said, "Is there a Japanese Abe there?" Killed the wrong guy.
Yeah. They fucked up again.
Damn it.
That's right.
I'm a bad time travel. Well, I'm good at time travel, bad at killing.
Bad at killing.
Shane just posted. He always debunks my. He's like, that shit's dumb.
But it's fun.
It's fun.
I love it. I love stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's why I like it, because it's fun.
It is.
Just because it's fun doesn't mean it has to be true.
I think you're onto something, though, because, Jeff, you don't want to create. You don't care whether this is real or true. You just want to control people.
Exactly. I want branding. This is the whole thing, and like that.
And then you're definitely onto something.
Yes. There's that kernel of truth that people can say, "Oh, yeah, I remember that," and then just let their imaginations run wild.
Yeah.
You're like a cult leader.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let them fill in the gaps. Let people fill in the gaps.
Yeah, you're a seed planter.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I get to be elusive and you know.
Okay.
Smart. It's nothing could go wrong. I mean, look at Alex Jones. He's doing great. He did nothing wrong.
We were actually someone actually said we were like Alex Jones.
We got a hate mail. We got a hate
this
mail.
person flipped out on us on
This is hilarious.
They wanted to come on our pod and talk about how the C word that we've been doing, I don't want to get dinged for YouTube, that it was like a weaponized thing and stuff. We're like, we like to keep our podcast light. We don't talk about that stuff. And they're like, So you just want to sit back and do conspiratainment? She's like, you know better than Alex Jones, just not telling the truth and blah, blah, blah. I was like, these are fun stories. I don't know what to tell you. Like, we're not trying. We've never said to do anything. These are just things we find. We talk about them. We make fun of them. Some of there's truth in there, but we're not like saying, "Oh, buy my this. This is by maybe buy a Patreon." But other than that, you don't have to buy a supplement or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said I wouldn't be surprised if both of you were Masons.
Oh yeah, he said. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he said that.
Wow, you guys have made it.
Man. I feel so
I gotta
good.
find that guy's text. It was insane.
Jeff, how many people have hated us for talking about cum? 0. All right,
0.
Oh, he said, shame on you guys for real. People risk their lives to tell the truth, and you guys think it's cheap entertainment to make a buck and would willfully hold information back. Wouldn't surprise me if both of you were Freemasons. To hell with your YouTube channel. There is real people dying from weaponized venom known as blank. You're too scared to talk about the facts and save lives.
Well, here's the problem with...
I'm so proud.
Oh
here's
my
the
God,
problem with
Good
having
job, guys.
a conspiracy podcast is you'll have some people who take conspiracies to a conspiracy level. This conspiracy podcast is actually this. It's like, wait a minute. We're just telling some conspiracies and having a couple
We're Freemasons,
of
apparently.
Yep, these two are plans to distract you.
And I think like what we have come to the conclusion is that there's some of the wild, crazy conspiracies. The best explanation for them is that it's meant to distract people from the actual, real, awful stuff that is going on. Mm-hmm. And as long as we're fighting over whether dragons are still in control of this planet, then we're never going to realize that the fucking big oil has fooled us all into recycling plastic, even though it doesn't work and it never has worked. And they created the entire plastic recycling industry, which we covered on our pod. And
that is a fun episode.
It's a fun episode. It's a fun conspiracy until you realize it's absolutely true.
So true.
Every plastic bottle you've ever recycled in your life has ended up in a landfill and caused massive environmental problems.
Well, except for the milk jugs. Except for the milk jugs. We give a breakdown. Yeah, it's a 2-hour long thing. We tell people what to do, which bins to put stuff in.
Yeah.
but it's entertaining.
But what is it instead of learning about those things, right? The corporations like the Step-In Corporation, which is a U.S. government-backed pharma company funded by the U.S. government, which is the sole legal supplier of cocaine in the United States. The United States is the number one supplier of cocaine in the world.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
On top, baby.
Instead of talking about those things, which are real, we talk about this shit reptiles have a secret pact with the Illuminati and you just don't realize it. Oh God, would you? So it's most conspiracies I think are orchestrated by the people that don't want us to really discover what is actually going on.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Wow.
But it makes for a fun podcast.
Yeah,
we try to keep it light.
I do want to see two people debating on the nightly news about dragons controlling the world.
Yeah, there's a tweet today that said there was one found in Mongolia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a pretty good looking dragon.
There's a pretty good case for there being pretty intelligent reptiles at some point on this planet.
Mm-hmm. But not smart enough to get in a suit, right?
Well,
no, they have no body shame images. They wouldn't even do that.
But if you think about humans as an evolutionary, and I know there are problems with the evolutionary model, but let's just say that we buy that. Mm-hmm. Humans are the result of, I don't know, apes were the dominant mammals a few million years ago, maybe more than that, maybe 35 million years ago. And then Homo sapiens came around. And in a very short amount of time, Homo sapiens have become inexplicably the most dominant species we've ever seen. Reptiles ruled this earth for 400 million years. Mm. It's Why did they just stop at T-Rex? Why didn't they keep evolving into like hyper intelligent reptiles that like just like mammals did?
Yeah. Why did we see like attaché cases that lizard businessmen would carry around with a human skin?
That's right. Yeah, you never know. It could be that.
Why didn't we?
Just minutes before.
I like your beaver skin boots there, T-Rex.
Yeah.
Just minutes before the asteroid hit, one of them finally talked for the first time. Oh my god, I think I can talk. Oh motherfucker. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. First words are, "Oh shit, a meteor," and they're like, "What is a meteor?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish someone would knock that offline.
Yeah, that's one of the the theory that like of the reptiles that perhaps dominated this Earth hundreds of millions of years before mammals became the dominant species. Just a theory.
Yeah, it's fun.
But if those, this one's gonna cook your noodle. Maybe if they didn't get killed off by humans, what would make up our oil? We needed all those dinosaurs. Do you think big oil killed off dinosaurs to create big oil?
Well, most of the oil is actually plant matter, so it's not actually dinosaurs. We've been lied to our entire lives.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Fossils are like, that's a really broad term that gets bandied around. First time I saw a fossil, it was a fucking leaf print in concrete or something. And I was like, this is a real fucking letdown. Like I thought I was gonna see like an actual dinosaur fucking thing, but we went like in a 4th grade field trip to go see fossils at the Smithsonian exhibit in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it was fucking leaf imprints, and I was like, this is bullshit. So I think fossil fuels is just a breakdown of once organic matter becomes carbon-rich oil, and we will fuel the next life form that dominates this planet, but it won't be us. It'll be cattle and the grass they eat and all that shit. Right?
Wow.
Cattle
are going to take over the world?
No, I'm saying humans, our dominant foods are like animals that we eat. And we feed those animals. So if you think of like you eat a steak, if you think about that as an energy system that's giving you proteins and calories, and then work backwards, that comes from a cow, which comes from grass, right? And we are what we eat. Like we're the people of like corn and cattle, right? Like that's what it's like when all that breaks down on an organic level, there's not a big difference between you or the cow or the corn. It's just, that's all the same thing. It's all going to be ethanol.
We're all just slop.
Yeah, like once we're all dead,
Well, speak for yourself.
Reveal your mask.
I'm a cow.
My point is, I think, is that there is a phenomenon going on, and this is definitely conspiratorial, but I think it's relevant to this discussion, is that the U.S. government has come out and admitted that there is something on this planet that has technology that we don't have and that we don't understand, which is a phenomenal revelation. People started to notice that the government was rapidly accelerating their disclosures, and this all came out. Nothing, I think, was shocking to the UFO community. What was shocking was that, like, this is just now a fact of life. That the U.S. government has said, yes, there have been unidentified flying objects confirmed by naval pilots. We have countless videos and all this stuff. It displays technology that we do not believe is of a human origin. Maybe of Earth, but we don't think it's not the Chinese have jumped the ship and they've jumped the line and they have better technology than us, or the Russians. Like something has technology here that defies our known understanding of physics, which means it's either aliens or it's something that's lived here longer than us. There's only two possibilities.
Yeah, that's so crazy, because when that came out, I was even thinking of, like, obviously they go, okay, fine, the gig is up. We don't we don't know what this is. Just the start of that, of like the United States calling China and be like, hey, you swear to God this isn't you. And China's like, no, I swear to God that's not us.
We thought it was y'all.
Yeah. And then they're like, are you? They thought it was us. They fucking thought, like, covering the phone, like, okay, all right, we're gonna call Germany. You call Russia. I'll call you back after I call them. And we have to do that with every country. Like,
and Russia's like, yes, there are.
Yeah.
That was us. That was us. We did that.
Yeah. Do you know do you guys ever live in college, like with like enough roommates that, like 5 roommates in like a house or something, where like somebody ate your fucking leftovers and you just had to like go around and interrogate all of them? Like, no, I didn't eat them, dude. And like, it had to be Jeff. Jeff's not home. And Jeff gets home and you're like, dude, it was fucking you.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, I swear it wasn't me. And that's the terrifying thing, when everybody's like, I swear to God, it wasn't me, dude. Somebody ate your leftovers. Because then you're like, there's somebody else that's eating our food. And that's terrifying.
Yeah,
this is where we are in terms of technology. There's something else on this planet that's superior to us.
Wow. Do you think people like might not care at this point if the big news is dropped? Do you think people are like, yeah, okay, look, I'm still trying to pay rent here, so say the thing you want to say. Good,
right?
Some people, yeah.
We've talked about this, right, Shane? We've talked a lot about like.
Well, I was telling my dad about this stuff when it first came out, and he goes, "Why do you care?" He goes, "You still got to go to work."
Yeah, right.
You still overpaid for those Pokemon cards. What does it matter to you?
Yeah. It's like, God damn it, Dad.
Yeah, people were asking that when the whole nuclear threat was going around. It's like, all right, so what if that does happen? Then I still got to go to work, don't I?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Change much.
Yeah, that's probably part of why they did it the way they did it, right?
Mm-hmm. Just slowly drop it,
Yeah, it was. Well, it's been soft disclosed through countless movies over time, movies paid for by the government, and they've been disclosing it. I mean, there's a lot of people that believe the X-Files was a government-funded tell-all about like the true story of the Earth, so that like when people heard it for real, they were like, "Oh, that just sounds like the X-Files," and it sort of mutes the sort of danger or the reaction to that. So
that situation where my roommates were eating my food. Also, the other crazier thing, all of our shit cycles linked up. It happens. It happens. I can't explain it.
No, it's like women in their cycles.
Yeah.
There's like one dominant. They call it. My wife knows what it is.
Brood mother, I think, is the term.
Is that right?
where one's the leader and everyone follows.
Yeah, everybody's cycle will sync to the
Isn't it
brood
alpha?
mother.
So like
alpha
queen.
dog.
There's a real name for it. Yeah.
So one's like the internet and the rest of the routers, or
Yeah.
I think one is the router.
No, it's more like a smart hub for a light for your. It's an Internet of Things thing, Mark.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll explain it later.
I'm just gonna slowly back out, turn the lights off, and just let this go on for as long as it can.
Yeah. Do you guys know how it works? I've never figured it out.
Are any of you guys like the alpha shitter in your college setup?
Is that a thing?
I always door wide open. I called everybody into attendance. I made sure they watched.
Yeah. You know what? We had the house that I'm thinking of for this story. Like there was a hallway bathroom. Nobody just closed the door. It was weird. Like you could take a shit and you could kind of just like still be a part of the conversation. So like you would just kind of,
No joke. We had the exact same thing. Like even like Friday, Saturday night. Like there was a couple
we
instances.
lived together.
Holy shit, we did. I forgot. Oh my god. I still owe you some of that down payment. That's fine. I'll get it
You
to
ate my fucking Mexican. You're a
I did.
Also, you're wearing each other's shirts.
Yeah.
Very
I
similar.
recognize you now that you're sitting. I recognize you sitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We had it's Shitting was a lot more casual back then. I wish we could get back to those days. It was the country was so nice back then. You just shit with the door open. You didn't have to lock your bathroom door and worry about somebody coming in and messing with you when you're shitting.
Big Brother ruined all that.
Yeah.
Quick question. I have a poll for everyone here.
Okay.
You're alone in the house. You're alone. All right. When you go to take a shit, do you close the bathroom door or do you leave it open?
Open.
Open.
Yeah.
Open.
Why would you?
Shane?
I leave mine a crack because my cats will paw the shit out of the door wanting to come in, sniff my stuff. So I gotta pop it. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't. Why would you close it? Why would you close yourself into the?
I just feel safe. I'm a closer. Yeah.
You're a
Do you have a
closer?
fan though? Do you have a fan in your bathroom?
Yeah.
I don't. So I gotta open a window. And keeping the door open also helps too.
Yeah.
Then it gets
I
out
like
there.
a window. I like a fan in a window.
Yeah. I don't have window access in the bathroom.
No window.
You have an
window.
interior bathroom. Huh?
I have
I
a
thought you had a
bathroom.
nice house.
No, I have you have the sink and the shower and all that stuff, and that has a window, and then there's a separate
John room.
John room. There you go. And then that's the
the worst part of the line in Saudi Arabia. Mile
Just
like
a
20 to
line.
22 is just like the fucking John room.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
These are all
Fucking reeks. That's where I'm going to be allowed to live. They're like, you can live in the John section.
Right. You're on the
next to them.
train. Next stop, Bathroom City.
And then it's the vomitorium, so that's good too.
This thing has been depicted. The line has been depicted in so much science fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always with the perspective of the people that work in the steam tunnels or the fucking, they're just cleaning the shit of the people that live actually in the line. And that's what they're creating. They're creating a perfect world, and the outflow of that world is just a toxic waste dump of despair that just ruins the environment so they can live in this fucking nice world.
Yeah.
So now I'm really done. I'm not, this is dumb. Not coming. I'm not even hard anymore. I'm like,
Not even if it was made into a blockbuster movie, would you not get?
No, this is bullshit. I hope we bomb it.
As soon as it's done.
No, you have a 4. Just I hope we just. I'm mad about it now.
Okay.
It's more that it's that distraction. It's just like the conspiracies, just the distraction to keep you busy, keep you churning away.
Yeah. And incidentally, just to pull it back, I mean, it's built on the money that is drawn from fossil fuels that are buried in that area from just massive amounts of deposits from another life form that once lived there. And I mean, they're building on top of this previous civilization, and someday that will happen here, unless we figure a better way. I don't know.
Spoiler, we won't.
No, that's right. We won't, but
There's probably previous versions of this buried under the Sahara.
Yeah.
There's probably, because we don't know what's under there.
I
used to be a
guarantee
green
there's
area.
an ancient podcast that's almost exactly like this episode.
yeah.
There's a
they're
stone
still going.
tattoo somewhere.
Talking about the pyramids. What a fucking dumb idea.
Yeah. You're just going to live in the thing?
You're gonna bring all your friends down in the basement and build booby trap for the fucking
Idiot.
Who's going to build that?
Yeah.
And the reason why we haven't heard their podcast is because sand is basically what they make adobo out of.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Adobo,
Radio
like
wave
what?
callback.
That's right.
Bad for acoustics.
Call back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, guys, Justin, Shane,
Yeah.
thank you both very much for enlightening us. I the danger with this stuff, I don't know how you guys do it. I could go on. I could do this kind of shit shooting for days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This has been a nice brainstorm.
It has been a nice brainstorm.
I appreciate the reticence. Like there are times when you got to back away from it because almost everything that we cover is like something that ultimately I have no control over.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a neighbor who we didn't really know him that well, but during the pandemic, all the neighborhood kids started, playing in the neighborhood like it was 1984, riding bikes and like discovering like Stranger Things and like, it was great. So we started hanging out with these people and they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, at this point, I'm kind of just doing a podcast because comedy's done. Like, oh, what is it? And I told them, and then they listened to it. And then the next time we saw them, the mom was like, so do you believe this stuff that you talk about? And I was like, that's a really good question. Like I understood that she was like, you deal in a world where stuff is really nuanced and dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And all I've been able to do is like with all of this is just sort of come back to the handful of things that I can control day to day. Yep. Family, life, what I eat, that kind of stuff. Because otherwise, this shit will rock your brain.
Yeah.
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 Well, regardless if it's true or not, it's interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
it can be fun. That's the point. Yeah, it can be a fun way to like, to learn new things.
Yeah.
I feel like I brought the room down.
No. We've never ended on a positive note. That's for sure.
No. We like to pick off our audience and then slam them down and pick them up again.
We usually do the in memoriams at the end of each episode. We go through and read the obituary and then close it out.
Yeah. What was that guy that died today? Actor.
Oh, yeah. That's a bummer.
Comedian. Yeah.
Comedian, actor.
Yeah. Mark Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
God. New conspiracy.
What? Is he a ghost?
Podcast from the future.
Well, people want to listen to you guys more of this, which I'm certain they do. Where's the best place for them to do that?
No, you can go to our website, conspiracybeerme.com. You can listen to everything there, or just go to Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get a podcast. Just conspiracybeerme.com.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We would love it if people listened and enjoyed it. And if you don't, that's fine too.
It's great.
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
I was just on your last week's episode, and that's why I was like, God, you guys got to come on. But just on your last week's episode, that was a lot of fun. And we did two, and one on your Patreon. So if you like them, make sure to sign up for the Patreon too. And you can hear that one as well. How many? What's on your Patreon there? Every a bonus episode every week.
Every week, $5 every week. You can do it through Patreon, or you can do it through Spotify Premium now, so that you can just, if you're already in their ecosystem, just sign up through there. Yeah.
You get access to our Discord, and if you're in the Raleigh area, whether you live here or visiting, you can come see us live at our studio. Where we record each week.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice perk.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
It's a hell of a perk, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we let you in. We don't hang out with you. We just let you in there. You can walk
just
around,
like
touch stuff. Yeah, you can sniff things.
For 30-somethings, white guys.
Yeah.
It's fun. It is fun having, even just like when they're friends of ours who are, like, hey, what are you guys doing? We're like recording. We're like, well, can I come hang out and watch? It's fun. It's fun having an audience. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because you realize
Todd Glass, he does it the best. He's always got an audience or like just his corral of people and friends and
that's really good. Todd's.
I went to his house. That was the first thing that I was like, dude, I gotta I pushed off a podcast for a long time and hit him up and went over to his house where he records, and they have a little like separate house outside, like a smaller house where he's got the whole studio. And I haven't laughed that hard in fucking ever, dude. I mean, it was insane. And I was like, dude, this is so fun. Like he's just being silly, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
I think he needs like he's an entertainer through and through. He just all he wants to do is entertain.
Off. Yeah.
He needs that energy that the people just he's on the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, we're not. We're off.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah. Hey, not everybody. That's why Todd Glass gets to shine, because we're not so great.
Yeah.
If we were all Todd Glass, then nothing. Todd Glass isn't special anymore. So,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you, Justin and Shane, for coming and hanging out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was
thanks,
fun.
guys.
We had fun.
Anytime.
Yeah, I noticed, Steven and I have not been invited to be on the podcast, but that's another thing for another time. We'll worry about that later. Maybe we won't. We'll just deal with that internally and, think about how other people feel about us. That's for me to worry about. Thank you, guys. Again, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
This has been fun. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.